it has a ferriron content, and the rest of that are compost. What it really has is the microbiology that composted that material becomes dormant. But when you put it into soil and put water and oxygen, it becomes light, and so you get the microbiology introduced. So back in on my high ends, I'm putting that back in, as well as there's a product here in Utah called azomite, and that's a minerals. That's mined out of a seabed of the plants, and it's actually sold as a feed supplement, so that it has all the nutritional value that animals, but in reality plants and animals use basically the same nutritional values. Otherwise, protein converts to nitrogen, and we're just cycling back and forth. The plant eats the animal eats the plant.
Does the azomite add to salinity at all?
Not really.
Okay.
It's more just minerals.
All right.
It's not, I mean, it has some, it probably does some, but it's more primarily the minerals. It comes out of a seabed in Utah, so I'm sure it has some salinity, but you're not adding it in the quantities of soil. You're adding azomite to 5 pound, probably 5 pounds in 10 or 15 yards. So you're inoculating. It's just you're adding trace minerals to the whole package is what you're doing. So back there, that has bark in the digester, and that's the compost that I put into my high-end soil mixes. None of my steer compost, none of the rest of that goes into my potting soils or my box garden or my raised bed mixes. They're driving my pH too high. So what I'm doing is I'm composting the fines out of those whole ground trees. I'm putting that with water treatment solids and composting that. I'm composting the fines out of those whole ground not out of the whole ground trees, out of the solid, out of whitewood that I'm getting the fines out. I'm composting that, and then I'm blending it with the peat and that to get my base, as well as we'll come over here with the bark pine. This doesn't have the bark pines added to it. I add the bark pines separately to it, but this is.
So, in your experience, what is the lowest pH material you want to mix in?
Oh, the lowest?
Yes.
I would go with here. If you could give me lower, if I could get a 4, I'd love it.
That's why I'm going to tell you. I visited citrus plants.